Hello everyone, welcome back to Whiz. You're here with your host master Priyadarshan, and I hope you enjoyed the yesterday's visual questions and answers. Also today we will be having most of the questions will have some visual aids to add to the visual appeal of the questions. So I hope you're ready to check whether you've got the answers of the questions right and excited for the five new questions today. So without any further ado, let's start off with the answers for yesterday's five questions. So, question number one, I've shown you a picture of a person, and the question was very simple. What was started by him? Now, this was the easier one of the lot. Most of us would have cracked this. The person we know is Colonel Sanders, and he is actually Harlan Sanders, who started the fast food chain of KFC. Actually, if you go and read about his life story, he started KFC at a very later stage in his life. He had tried many different endeavors as an entrepreneur. He failed, he succeeded, but finally he found his calling in the fast food industry, and now, as we say, the rest is history. So the answer was Colonel Sanders. Moving on to question number two for yesterday, here it is. She became the first Indian Airlines Air Force woman who went to war. So who are we talking about? So I think because of the movie that came on Netflix starring Pankaj Tripathi and Janvi Kapoor, most of us know about her now, but it shouldn't have been through the movie. We should know of this brave soldier who took up the task of being the first woman. Wouldn't have been easy, but obviously you know now who I'm talking about. We are talking about Gunjan Saxena, who was a part of the 1999 Kargil War. She is the first woman IAF pilot. So that is the answer for question number two. Moving on to question number three, here it is. Name this recipient of India's highest literary honor, the Jnanpith Award in 2019. So I had also shown you an image of the person, and the person that we are talking about is Akitam Achutan Nambutiri. So he passed away on 15th of October 2020. Hope he finds peace. But yes, while he was alive and kicking, he did leave his mark on the world. So this is in a way a remembrance to the great man. Moving on to question number four. Here it is. This is the only leaning temple in the world. Name it. So obviously now I had also shown you an image. Some of you would have guessed what it is. Some of you may not. Some of you may have had it guessed, did not know whether it's right or wrong. Well, don't worry. I'm here to give you the right answer. This is the Leaning Temple of Huma, which is situated in Sambhalpur in Orissa. So we have, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, we have our very own wonder, that is the Leaning Temple, and only one in the world. So isn't that really great? And that brings us to our last question for yesterday. So here it is. Identify the actor who portrayed Musashi in Hiroshi Ingaki's notable samurai trilogy from the 1950s. So I've shown you an image of the actor. The actor that we are talking about is Toshiro Mifune. So obviously when you're talking about 1950s, very little was there in the world of visual effects and editing and everything. So a lot had to be done by the actors and actresses themselves, and to be a part of a samurai trilogy wouldn't have been easy with all the fight sequences and everything, but hasn't he done an amazing job? So that sums up our five questions for yesterday. Now moving on to our five questions for today. So I hope you're ready. Let's count them down. Here is question number one. You should be able to see a chart or a table of sorts right about now. So you might have to see the image maybe a couple of times more. The question is very simple. I want you to connect this table of contents to an aerospace company. So I want you to only give me the name of the company. That's all I'm looking for. No maths, no numbers. It's a simple, straightforward question. Moving on to question number two. Here it is. His Buddhist name is Nitin Doraku. How do we know him better? And to help you, I will show you an image of what we're talking about right about now. So that was question number 2. Moving on to question number 3. Before I ask you the question, have a look at this image right about now. So now that you've seen both the images, if you want, you can go back, pause the video, try to read what is written in one of the images. The question is very simpler, though it doesn't have to do with much details. The question is, I want you to connect these pictures and identify the ghost town that we are talking about. So that was question number 3. Moving on to question number 4. Here it is. This miniature home features running water, electricity, flush, toilets, elevators, a fully stocked 1200-piece wine cellar with real wine and beer, and a miniature library stuffed with original stories handwritten by authors such as Rudyard Kipling and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Building it required the handwork of more than 1,500 artists and craftsmen. So I want you to identify this miniature house, or what is it known as, and I'll show you a glimpse of the house right about now. So that was our 4th question. I hope you enjoyed that. Now moving on to question number 5, our last question for today. So here it is. Which is the only warm-blooded mammal able to withstand body temperatures below freezing while hibernating? So this is kind of a tricky question. Let's see whether you're able to crack this one. And that sums up our 5 questions for today. So thank you for tuning in, and I will be looking forward to your answers in the comments below. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I will obviously be back tomorrow with 5 more answers and 5 more questions. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the video. I will see you all tomorrow. Till then, please stay safe, take care, good night, and do not forget to keep quizzing.